Well, the Johnson Space Center welcomes 10 new astronauts. 2 astronauts from the United Arab Emirates trained alongside their NASA counterparts. Today is the first day on the job, and Fox's Joy Addison is joining us now live from the Johnson Space Center to tell us all about this new class. Joy.
Well, Caroline and Rashi, this is exciting. These astronauts will be assigned missions to the International Space Center and future commercial space centers. They'll also be focusing on missions to the moon and to Mars. And they say their first day on the job is a dream come true.
I always talked about it as a child.
I have been thinking about this since I was 7 years old.
My dad will say I was 12 years old when I came in and said I wanted to be an astronaut.
I've wanted to be an astronaut basically as long as I can remember.
A dream for some, decades in the making. NASA's newest astronauts now have their spacesuits.
First time you put that on and you're getting in the water, it's impressive. You just feel this, you've made it almost in some way.
It gave me shivers.
I was like, I'll never forget that.
The class of scientists, doctors, engineers, and researchers were chosen 2 years ago from over 12,000 applicants. After making the cut, they moved here to Houston and have been training physically and mentally for their first space flight.
We learned about the space station systems. We learned to speak a little bit of Russian. We learned how to fly the T-38. We do spacesuit training in the neutral buoyancy lab. And then we learn how to operate the Canadian arm, the robotic arm that's on the space station right now.
Now it's time to report to their jobs in the astronaut office.
There's so much in front of us right now, like whether it's a Starliner flight or a Dragon flight or getting to work on a development program or work current operations with what's going on the space station right now. There's really not a bad job in the astronaut office.
And they're preparing to take that office to space.
The science that we're doing on the International Space Station, there's nowhere else in the universe that we can do that science. So we're learning things about medicines, about the human body, that space gives us a laboratory to work in that we don't have on the ground.
And the Johnson Space Center director says it'll be at least a year before we see any of these astronauts headed to outer space. And if you're interested, the new applications for the next class are now open. At the Johnson Space Center, Joy Addison, Fox 26 News.
All right, Joy, thanks so much.